Hello, Instagram. Hi. Hello, beautiful people, beautiful souls, beautiful, amazing women who are making an impact in this lifetime, who are doing the work, who are doing purposeful work, women who are following their dreams, women who have awakened to their own power. Hello, beautiful woman. Hi. Thank you for being here. Hello, Cindy. Hi. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining in this live class. It's definitely going to be shifting. It's going to be beautiful. And yeah, I look forward to this beautiful conversation that we get to have today. So we are still continuing on our 4-part money medicine series. Today is part 3, and we are going to be expanding on tapping into your vision of higher money timelines. Tapping into your vision of higher money timelines. And the reason why this is so important is, you'd think that a lot of us, in our desires to have money, in our wanting to one day have money and create wealth and riches and overflow in our lives, you'd think that we have a vision of, why exactly do we even want this money, and what are we going to do with it, Every time I hear someone say, I want to be rich, I want to make money, I want to make wealth, it's beautiful. But what we don't understand is that our desires are met with resistance when it is not clear, even to you, like why you are creating this money, like when it is not clear to you the purpose of even you waking up every day and saying that this is why I'm doing this, and I'm doing this because I want to achieve 1, 2, 3. So it's very important for you to be grounded in your vision. I say having a financial vision is grounding, on days when it feels heavy, on days when you feel burnt out, where you feel like, oh my God, I can't keep doing this. What pushes you is the energetic frequency of your financial vision. That's what pushes you, So, I thought I should remind you and invite you today to say that in as much as we are here and you are here creating this wealth or having this desire to create your wealth, you need to think about your vision or go deeper into really understanding your biggest why. Right? Why I say this is because a lot of us, without even realizing, because of the programming that we've gone through, because of the lack programming that we've gone through. A lot of times when it comes to our money, we are actually creating in lower timelines. Lower timelines of creating money is where you create money in lack. Money that never feels like it's enough. Money that never feels like you are progressing, Money that feels like mediocre, like it's just mediocre money. And that's the thing. This is something I want you to understand. When we speak about money that is in lack or mediocre, or that feels like it just, there's not enoughness, and which is what most people experience when they're in the lower timelines of money. It's not so much about how much the money is. It's not so much about it being small, and that's why I'm saying, money that isn't lack. No, actually, for a lot of people, what I notice is that if you were to really pause, even now, you can do that. If you were to pause and go into your bank statements, go into your bank account, and look at the history, 6 months or even a year, the history, and calculate the amount of money that has actually entered your bank account and left your bank account, like that has gone through your bank account, you are going to notice that, wow, this is so much more than I myself actually would have comprehended. Like, this is so much more than I could have imagined. I didn't even know that I've come across this much money, you know. The reason why we are not aware of the money that has gone through our bank accounts and left it, that has passed through, we are not aware of how much volume it is, it's because often it feels like mediocre. It's money that is in lowest timelines, money that has not been given a purpose, right? So most of the time when it comes in, if you don't have a financial vision where you're going and you have not given your money the purpose, your finances a purpose, it will feel like money comes in, but you don't know what happens. It will feel like, I know I receive money, I know I make money, I know my business makes money, but I don't see the evidence of this money, right? I don't feel like I'm financially progressing. And that's always the thing that really frustrates us in our finances, right? Of course, money issues are multi-layered. There's also the emotional part, you know, that plays a role in money being able to come into account and you not understanding where exactly it has gone and stuff. But the honest truth is, another key element that I need you to look into is your financial vision. Why do you desire this money? What is the driving force behind you creating this wealth? What is the purpose that you have assigned to your money? No matter how long it takes, no matter how much how much volume it comes as. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, the screen paused. Yes, so as I was saying, what is the assignment? What have you assigned your money to? What is the purpose for you having this money? That's where the vision comes in. When you have a vision, when you are clear on this wealth creation, you are then able to allow yourself to tap into higher money timelines. A lot of times when I interact, especially with women, because I work mostly with women, I will listen to her tell me what is happening with her money. You know, these are women who actually make money, you know, make money. You are able to make money, you are able to receive money, but most of the time she's like, I just don't feel like I'm progressing. I just feel like I don't see where my money is going, you know. And often you'll find that we neglect our bank accounts, we neglect our bank statements to a point where sometimes we are mind blown by how much money we have actually handled, you know. And it causes a lot of stress, and which is why sometimes it's important for someone to be holding space for you, right? Now, the question I always ask women to tap into is, okay, let's get clear. Let it make sense to you, right? What are your biggest desires, or what are your desires right now that you know that this I truly want, right? And in going deeper into that, what is the purpose of you creating this money? What is the purpose of you creating this money, right? What is your vision about your wealth? Because the honest truth is, we tend to leave our money to chances. We leave it to chance. And I see it so much with us women, where a lot of times when it comes to our money, our wealth, we are more in our heads. We are more here, right? And this is where, you have these fantasies. It feels like a fantasy, or it is like a fantasy because there's nothing supporting it. There's nothing grounding it, right? So most of the time we imagine that, one day I'm going to have this house, this car, I'm going to have this, my company is going to be, you know, sometimes we don't even know what is the vision for even our, you know, why we are doing the business we're doing. And it will look like treating our own businesses, which are actually businesses, like they're hobbies. I see it also even with spiritual entrepreneurs. Because you are a gifted woman, whether you are a coach or you're a healer, or you are a teacher, whatever you are doing, whatever work that you're doing that has to do with your talent, with your skills, with your gifts, we tend to treat it like it's a hobby, because again, there is no driving force. What is the vision? Why are you doing this? So we leave our own intention. Actually, let me not use the word intention for now. We leave our own desire to create money to chance, right? To chance. And the problem with this is that it creates a lot of magical thinking. Like, you just imagine that one day you'll have the money. You just imagine that, one day you will have the business. One day, in fact, sometimes we just imagine that one day I'll just have a lot of money. Let me know what your thoughts are as we're talking about this. Like, do you see that in yourself? Where sometimes you're just imagining that you're just going to have a lot of money. But if someone was to ask you, but how is it coming? Like, what are you doing now to support it? And really, what is grounding you in making sure you achieve that? And then you realize that, I haven't really thought this through, I haven't. It's just a one-day thing, a magical thing, a miracle thing. I'm not saying that, I myself, I'm a big believer in godly divine surprises, I'm not saying that don't leave room for the magic and the miracles and, for God to surprise you. I'm not saying that. I do genuinely believe that can happen, and that is meant to happen. However, it's also important for you yourself to have at least a support from your own vision, your own why. Assign your money. The message I want to give you today is, as you desire this money, you are going to have to create an assignment for it. Assign your money. Where are you going? This is where I need you to go. I think it was back in 2017, 2018. I used to, or even before, I'm not sure, but I used to have this hobby, or what I would call a hobby, but it wasn't. I think something in me was awakening. So I really love houses. I love beautiful houses. I love house designs. Every time I pass by someone's house, I just wish I could knock and ask them, can I come into your house? Just so that I can see the design, the interior design, see the furniture, So because, of course, I'm not going to do that. Simply because some people are private and for security reasons, it may be a little strange. What I usually would do is I would literally drive with a friend and just go to like the suburbs, go to high street areas where the houses are amazing. And I remember when I was driving, I think it was definitely 2018, while I was driving around a suburb streets at some point, I remember a voice came through and said, none of these people have actually left their money to chance. Most of these people, they may be working 8 to 5, but they have businesses that are supporting, that got to support this life that they created. It just hit me that there's something they did. There's something that drove them to design this life. It did not happen by chance, So it's important that you ground yourself in this, that, miracles, magic happens, but when it comes to your wealth, there is where you also have to now be intentional. So this is where I want to use the word intentional. Create the vision. Get clear on why you're making this money or why you want this money. One of my greatest desires, a big vision that I have, is that in the process of time, I am going to be having a venture capitalism where I help fund women, and not just fund them, coach them as well in creating generational wealth, through their businesses, through their divine gifts, So this will not look like just me coaching women to create men with their divine gifts, which is what I am truly for, But also where possible, being able to, help them create these funds and stuff. Yeah, the honest truth is a vision can always evolve, right? A vision can always evolve, and that's okay. It's not like an absolute thing where you are stuck with this vision. That's the beauty. As it evolves, it also means that you yourself get to grow, You get to grow as well. It means that you also are evolving. It also means that you are becoming more and more intentional, with how you are creating wealth. You are allowing yourself to expand. It's difficult to expand. It's difficult to desire to have more, or to see the need for you to be having more money when you don't even know what you're meant to do with the money in the first place. You get what I mean? Like it won't make sense even to you. It won't make sense to all aspects of you. I want you to also understand that in as much as you're one, because of the trauma, because of the programming that we've been through, there are actually many layers to you, even in your interaction with money. There's the aspect of you that wants money. There's the aspect of you that is scared to have money. There's the aspect of you that really has fears around actually making money. There's the aspect of you that is like, I want it, I don't want it. I want it, but what if this happens? What if this happens? There's the aspect of you that feels unsafe, So in order to help with the alignment, just part of it is for you to get clear. Get clear on your vision for your financial vision, your vision for your wealth, your purpose, the assignment you have with your money, right? And then be intentional with creating that money. The thing is, when I'm sure you guys, a lot of you have had, one or two people who has at some point in time made money, and then next thing you know, months down the line or a year down the line, they no longer have the money they used to have. And it even happens with us, where you can be having money today, next thing you're like, where did money go? What is actually happening there is that when you have money that you did not grow into, that you were not prepared for, there is a higher chance of you collapsing that money. There's a higher chance of you not being able to receive and hold that money. Now that tends to happen more when actually in the first place you didn't even get clear on why you want this money. So it's always the foundation for me to really get clear on what are we doing here. And I want to invite you to also, do that. You can start with, if it feels heavy for you to be like, what is my vision? It's fine. Let's start with what you want. Like truly, what do you want? And then do not be afraid to want it. Do not be afraid to be in your deep desires. Do not be afraid to dream bigger. Do not use your logic to say that, so most of the time also what keeps us in our lower money timelines, we tend to think that if you have a vision, then it's your job to like right now figure out how. No, the vision exists at a certain frequency that pulls you towards it. So days when it feels like you are resisting having to go, and there's a pull. The pull is before you. So think about it as the future you, your future you, right? Who already exists, by the way? Who's already existing within your vision? Think of it as the future you is already existing in your financial vision. In that timeline where you have created this wealth, where you have assigned the money. Now, when you allow yourself to go deeper into your desires, into your vision, and be grounded by it, what is happening there is that you are allowing your future self to guide you into how she got there. You are allowing yourself to dream into existence because it already exists. The future you already has the vision. In fact, she doesn't have the vision. She's already playing out that vision. She's already living in that vision. She was already experiencing the wealth. What is connecting you to that future version of you is the vision. So the vision carries the energy, carries the high frequency energy for the timeline where you are actually experiencing those things physically, right? So if you were to ask me, I would say that the vision has its own frequency. That is why it pulls you towards it. So the more you are aligned with your financial vision or your wealth vision, the more you can physically manifest it in that timeline, right? So having a financial vision is a way of guiding you into dreaming your wealth into existence, into manifesting your wealth, putting it into existence. So the how part should not matter. It shouldn't matter. But now what gets to happen is that you no longer just leave things to chance. Like, no, I'll just have the money. But what are you doing with it? By the time you realize that, oh my God, actually I've had a lot of money coming through. I just was not aware, or I did not give it the assignment, to sponsor that vision. So yeah, let's start with the things that you genuinely desire. Like, I desire this, right? And allow yourself to expand those desires, right? So day one, it may feel like, ooh, I'm resisting this, right? Day one, it might feel like most of the time, day one, you'll just come up with the most simple things. Oh, what do you want? What are the things that you want to assign your money? Most of the time, we'll go with the material things. Oh, I want a car, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. That's fine. But the next time, the more you practice having to do this, one day you will realize that, oh my God, this is the thing that really, really is important to my soul. Like, this is the thing. This is my deep, 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 deep desire. Actually, this is why I must have the vision. And when it finally hits you, if you have been doing the work, you can imagine then how much you would have elevated into that. Yeah. So give yourself time to really, really understand why you are doing this. There has to be a reason. Like, there has to be something that is pulling you. That's what it means to actually now be able to create money in your higher timelines. For as long as there's no direction, for as long as there's no purpose, for as long as we're not having the conversation around your biggest why, for as long as you're not assigning your money to anything, you are then going to just be creating money in lower timelines where it's just mediocre money. And it's not so much about how much is it. No, it is about that this is money that doesn't have purpose, that doesn't make sense even to you. Make money make sense. There's a reason why you are on this path today. Like, there's a reason why you have this business. You may think, oh, I just thought I would support myself and my family. But I believe that there are bigger and bigger, deeper core desires that you have that you have not allowed yourself to tap into. And I want to use this moment to invite you to tap into that and to not fear tapping into that, right? Because a greater part of even you being on this path, even you being an entrepreneur, a spiritual entrepreneur, is that you want to create an impact, right? You want to have resources. Think about how much resources you could have and to have a greater impact in your life, Always imagine that if I was not limited by money, if I was not limited by how much I have now, what is the thing that I really want? Like, what is the thing that I really want to create for myself? That's the vision. We have to get to a point where when you are in that timeline, you realize that it was never about the money. Because if you are just doing this because, oh, I just want money to support myself, and you are just in your lower timeline of money, you will think it's just about the money, and you will get caught up in making whatever comes and being okay with whatever comes. But when you have your financial vision, when you have a vision, actually, the more you dig deeper, you're going to realize, oh my God, it's not even about the money. There's so much more to this. And for me, I believe that that is how you get to hold and create a legacy with your finances. That is how you actually don't get to collapse, because there's something that you are grounded in, bigger than you, bigger than this money. That's money that is in its highest timelines. That's the wealth that is in highest timelines. Right? You can be brilliant, but if right now you don't have a direction, a vision, a purpose for why we're doing this, it might really just be difficult to exit lower timelines, lower frequencies. It might just always feel like money is coming in, but I don't know what's happening. So yes, allow yourself to have the vision, or to create that vision. Be intentional with it. It's not your job to figure out the how, right? Do what you can now. Be intentional now. Take aligned action now, and really trust that it will come there. The purpose of the vision is for it to keep pulling you. To keep pulling you when you get tired, for it to strengthen you, for it to support you in why you're doing this. Right? Let me know as you are going to be, doing this, watching this. Let me know what the revelations are. Also, let me know what comes up if you get to realize that, oh my God, I have not been allowing myself to truly desire. Tap into that energy of like, what do I truly want? Like, why? Do not leave your money and your finances and your wealth creation to chance. It's not meant to be that way. Do not leave it to chance. Be intentional and know that God supports you truly. He supports you. He is co-creating with you. You are given that dream, that vision for a greater purpose. Find out what is it. Yeah. No one was meant to come here and just survive and just make money for the why. Why? Why are you doing it? Like, guys, we don't actually need to be constantly doing that to ourselves. Like, no one was just brought in for, oh no, it's fine, you're an entrepreneur, you're just making money. No, but why are we doing this? I need you to really think about this. And this is for you, for your own soul. Let your soul expand as you're going deeper into this. It'll be the driving force. It will be very medicinal to you and your soul to say, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I want. Owning it. And I'm going to get it. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're going to be watching later, #replay, I really appreciate that you constantly take your time to come and be here and watch, even if you're watching later. Just the fact that you are following up and you are being, you're being intentional about shifting your money, your mindset around money, and really accessing your own medicine to your money and your soul. So thank you so much for honoring yourself, for honoring that aspect of you. If in watching this video you got to have a moment of revelation, an aha moment, and you're like, oh my God, yes, I get it. Please do share in your stories so that more and more women, especially, even men are invited, but more especially women, can join in and watch and learn and literally remember themselves. Like get to remember why they're doing this. Or for the first time, even ask themselves why they're doing this. So please do share in your stories. I would really appreciate that, so that more and more women get to have access to this beautiful message that we just had. Right? Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. So much love, so much abundance in everything you're doing. Bye.